Hello, everyone, and welcome to my new YouTube video series, EFT Tapping 101, Emotional Freedom Tapping. Emotional freedom tapping is based on Chinese medicine and acupuncture and acupressure. It's a wonderful tool that has come to light many years ago. Actually, I think about 15 or 20 years ago, to help people to balance their body and to help release some of this stuff that's inside of them from their day-to-day stresses and anxieties. This I found to be it's a very helpful tool. It's very simple. And sometimes we think things that are so simple, they can't work. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, it does. I have been doing it for years, and I can tell you when you dedicate yourself to something, you get wonderful results. And therefore, I didn't have to go for my treatments that I went for almost for 10 years. I could actually do the tapping myself and help my body on my own, which we all want to find a way to do that now. We're in COVID, we can't go anywhere, we can't do much. This is a wonderful tool to help you. Now, Chinese medicine is based on these energy centers called meridians. And these meridians are directly related to the flow of our energy. Now, when some of these areas become clogged with, I'm going to say, emotional experiences, like all these experiences we have, believe it or not, they're just not in your head. They register in every cell of your being. These things start to clog up those energy centers, okay? So one of your energy centers could be your lungs, it could be your liver, it could be your heart. These things start to get clogged because of the emotional distress and the emotional experiences that we have that we can't seem to move through. Well, I'm going to tell you, this is a very fast, efficient way to get rid of thoughts out of your mind and balance your body. This is a wonderful tool to use even with the other journey we're doing with the magic. It's a wonderful tool to add to that. It will make things move faster for you because your mind is free, and feelings get stuck in our head too. And this is where we have issues. We can't seem to get rid of that thought process. And so this is something that is very useful for that. Now, I like two methods, so we're going to combine them because I feel like they work together. There's the method of tapping the emotion out in all the spots. Then there's the method of tapping a phrase. Well, we're going to combine them both because they work good together. I do them both. And I find that they work fast and they're efficient, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful way to do it. Now, I'm going through this intro with you because there's things that you're going to have to do before we start doing the tapping, because you're going to need to know the positions to tap, what meridians we are tapping. Now, I have pulled off a chart from the internet. You can go into your search, Google whatever, search EFT tapping chart, a whole bunch of them will come up. This is the one I would like you to have because it is extensive and I love doing the hand. So this is the chart that I want you to pull offline and get. You see, this chart is so powerful because it includes all the connections to the hand. By getting this chart, you can go over all the positions that we're going to be tapping, so you'll understand what we're going to be tapping. And I will make up the phrases because I'm going to take from all the sages of knowledge here, like Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer, all of these, and we're going to make different phrases for each thing we tap. Now, what I mean is if we're tapping anxiety, there'll be an anxiety phrase that'll be the outcome. If we're tapping depression, we will use a phrase for depression. I feel like this is tailor-made for the emotion, and it helps you to get rid of it faster. So I want you to kind of, do a little bit of research, get your chart, look it over. I don't want you to stress over how it's done. We're going to go through it. I'm going to take you through a tapping cycle. And you're going to see how simple it really is. And we're going to work on anxiety. We're going to work on depression. We're going to work on all these things that we're feeling right now so that we can clear this energy. And this is the most amazing tool that I've come across for fast relief, like immediate relief. Now we're going to be using this tapping is done almost like acupressure, but with your fingertips, and it's just very lightly tapping. So you don't have to beat yourself tapping. You don't have to like really hurt yourself doing it. It doesn't matter how hard or how many times you tap. We are tapping emotions. So just tap. Don't worry about how many times you're doing this, how many times you're hitting the point. That's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on getting rid of the emotion. Now we're going to be tapping 12 vital meridians that have a lot to do with our heart, our lungs, our liver, our spleen, these things that are very important. We absorb so much emotions into our organs. We don't even understand. This is how disease starts, with our emotions. And every emotion we have is attached to a part of our body, whether we understand it or not. And when these things get clogged, we start to feel unwell. We start to have issues. And so this is a wonderful way to hit it right on, to get a hold of it fast and clear it and bring yourself back into vibrational harmony. I have been doing this, I don't even know now, maybe 20 years, 15, 20 years. I went for acupuncture for 10 years straight. I loved it. I loved the treatment. I loved how my body felt. But as my life got very busy, I wasn't able to get to my appointments. I wasn't able to be there as often as I wanted. So I wanted to search for something that I could kind of help myself in between the treatments. And it was, the universe is so lovely, because when I desire something, it presents itself within a very short period of time. So somebody all of a sudden came up to me and was talking to me about EFT tapping. And I thought it was extraordinary. And she gave me all the information. So I went just crazy, researching everything, looking at it. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this. Well, I have to tell you, it was the most amazing thing that I discovered besides the magic. It is a wonderful tool, again, for your toolbox, your wonderful life toolbox. And this is something that you can share with people. It doesn't matter who, anyone can do it. I've done it with my grandchildren. Young kids love it. Of course, I make the little phrase kind of, like a song for them. And we tap and we dance. They love it. This grounds energy so quickly. You can't overdose. You can't hurt yourself with this. This is one thing I want you to know. And I think the most extraordinary thing that's hard for us to wrap our heads around is how simple it is. Because I think when I realize how we perceive things, we have been conditioned to really attach to things we have to work our butt off with, like work. We'll eventually we'll succeed at something. But the teachings I have been so blessed with from the other side is really about effortless. Everything is effortless. We create the stress, we create the job, we create the work, not God, the universe. We do it because we don't understand that part of us, that powerful spirit we are in human form. And I keep going over this and everything that I talk about because it's something you need to understand. This is not ego. This is matter of fact. We are powerful spirits. We all come from the same place. We all go back to the same place. And, we are here to work. This is the school we're here to do, is life. And life is extraordinary. It can be a difficult journey or it can be an easy journey. I don't believe we fail at anything. I believe we learn it easy or we learn it hard. And when we learn it hard, that's where it's impactful. It really affects us on deep cellular levels. So this is a very good tool to help us not to learn things so hard, to really get in touch with all those wonderful gifts we came here with. So I wanted to do this intro to get everyone ready and excited for tomorrow. We're going to work on anxiety, okay? And we're going to just start with basic anxiety, and then we're going to start taking it to a different level. I appreciate all your comments. Let me know what kind of anxiety you're feeling, what's it contributed to, because it gives me good insight to what the emotions are, because I haven't experienced anxiety more than a few times in my life, which I feel blessed for. But some of my clients and my loved ones have experienced terrible anxiety, terrible debilitating anxiety, and haven't known what to do. Well, now we have a tool, okay? Now, I'm going to also explain that we are going to do two different methods: tapping the emotion out with the first part of the cycle. And then as we get back down to the karate chop, we will go in to tapping the phrase. These two methods together, I feel, are profound. They shift us very, very quickly. And the most, I think, awesome thing about this is that you can gauge whatever you're feeling. And you just take a few minutes before. First, we find out, we have to discover what phrase we want to work on. Okay, so if it's anxiety, like I'm going to do the example with, we're going to just close our eyes for a minute and ask ourselves, do I feel anxious? Let your body speak to you. Your heart may pound, or you may get a hot flash or a twinge or a pain or an ache. This, I want you to gauge. This is the most important thing, because we know what we're starting with this. So if you gauge your emotion from 1 to 10, then you know when it's done. When you're down to 0, that emotion is done. That's the extraordinary thing about this. You will know it's gone. Now, the only way that can come back is if you start doing all that stuff again. Well, you're not going to do that stuff again. You're going to stay focused on letting all of that go and completely moving forward. I want you to really read the spots, really look over the chart, read the spots. And I just want you to have fun with this. Don't take it seriously, just enjoy what you're learning. This is going to help you through so many things. I can tell you that I have done this on the subway, on the bus. I've done it in the doctor's office. If I've had a few minutes to myself, I do the tapping. I'm one of these efficient time people. I don't like to waste time. I like to make sure my time through the day is well used. So I find myself doing this. And I've even walked down the street doing it. That's a little more challenging, but you can do it anywhere. And it doesn't matter what other people think or say. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's helping you. And once you learn this, you can help your loved ones and family to learn it too. Let this be part of your life so that you can look at your life with joy and health and well-being, just completely balanced and loving your life. That's what these tools are for. So I look forward to tomorrow so that we can start our new tapping cycle. And we are going to be working on anxiety. So I would like you to think about what kind of anxiety that we will be working on the second day. The first day, we're just going to do just a generic thing on anxiety to just kind of, get you comfortable with tapping. And each day we're going to pick it up by hitting specific types of anxiety. So I'm so excited that you guys want to do this with me, because I love sharing all the things I've learned. And this is another tool that I've learned that is just so magnificent for our lives. And if you take a moment to love yourself, you'll know that this is a wonderful tool that you should have no matter what. No matter what you're doing, no matter what your life is, this can only make it better. So I look forward to spending a wonderful tapping session with all of you. And please enjoy yourself and be safe.